Hello everybody, my name is the Semp, and welcome to Witch and the 100 Knight. No, that isn't a typo or any kind of mistake in the grammar. It's the knight's name is 100 Knight, apparently. So, no, when you read the title of this video, that isn't messed up. For those of you non-JRPG players, for those of you that are into JRPGs and NIS America and all that stuff, you've probably already got a good idea of what's in store here. I'm excited to play this game because I've heard it's a little bit like Diablo in the top-down view with the looting and everything. I've always been a fan of games like that, and I'm super excited to hop right on into this and see what we can find. I've played about the first 15 minutes just to make sure that this was worth playing at all, and I assure you that it's very well worth playing. So we're going to start a new game so you can see the tutorial, because I think it gives away some story details that are important. It's not like spoilery by any means, but it's not earth-shattering information. It raises more questions than it answers anything, but still important for you to see. I guess my first JRPG ever was Diablo 2, and that was about 10 years ago now, I guess. It was one of the first PC games I ever bought. I really enjoyed it. It was such a fun game, almost endless replayability. I still go back to it once in a while, so it's exciting for me to play a genre that means so much to me. And the screen went black. Oh, okay. Well, that's a bunch of gibberish. That's your character. He's a little blobby dude with one eye. It immediately won me over the moment I saw it. I'm a firm believer that an action RPG can be cute and still fun. It doesn't have to be the grim, dark type thing that Diablo has been peddling for years, or more recently Grim Dawn, I guess. I mean, it's still an awesome setting for both those games, but it doesn't have to be like that. So let's keep going then. Oh, and there's the face in the sky. That's completely normal. But then I guess nothing about this game is really normal, considering that I'm a one-eyed blob of ectoplasm, I guess. This game's so distinctly Japanese from the moment that you see it. And that's not a bad thing. If you're a Japanese game fan, this will appeal to you. Can you understand me now? Yes, I can understand you, I guess. Even though I could understand you before thanks to the subtitle, but I guess that this is more directed at the character than it is at me.
What's the matter? Why so startled?
Because a face appeared in the sky and I'm terrified of you, because your eyes are green and red and you look like you might eat me.
I can't have you be so scared by something trivial like this.
Well, she's setting up right away that she is going to be a pain in my ass.
Anyway, let me ask you this again. What is your name?
Okay, so I guess I get to put in my name now. I'm going to go with... I don't like the way they did the text input here. It's weird. I'd be interested to know everybody else's opinions on action RPG games, because I know it's divisive. Some people think they're an endless loop of repetitive grinding. Sorry if I mix up my words a little bit. I'm really tired. I'm recording this at like 9 p.m. and I have to be up at 6 a.m. tomorrow. I know. For those of you edgier kids out there, that seems like, wow, 9 p.m. What a badass, Semp. You're really doing well here. You're just the coolest kid on the block. Bet you go to all the frat parties and get the mad puss. Okay, so
Even something like
anyway.
you as a name. You're at least that smart, I guess.
I like that she immediately insults me.
Well, you weren't. This wouldn't
But,
have even
you know,
gotten to this point.
it's setting up that at least she's a character with personality.
I'm going to
A lot
give
of
you
these
a bit.
NIS America games, one of the ones I played that I know they ported over was Disgaea, and
I'll name you myself.
similar to that one,
Listen
this
carefully and
one
burn it
kind of
into
has
your
the
memory.
setup where I think you're playing as the quote-unquote villain,
Your new name is...
Yeah. There is some humor in this.
Got all pumped up making that speech, so now it's hard to come up with something on the fly.
I know the feeling. Every once in a while when I'm doing one of these videos, I think of a really sick joke before everything starts up, and the minute I get on camera, I'm just like, well, it's gone, guys. Guess I'm just gonna stammer on awkwardly for the rest of this video. Like I'm doing at this very moment, even though I didn't have a joke to begin with. This is just me awkwardly stammering on.
You are the 100 Knight.
That's a dumb name. I don't like it.
Okay?
I preferred my
That
name
means
better.
your name is 100 Knight. Don't ever forget. If you
I'm
understand,
gonna forget it.
respond with a yes.
Alright. So, there's a lot of tutorial-like stuff here. Maybe I'll put a... If you don't care about the tutorial and you want to see what the actual game is like, I'll put like an annotation that will take you straight to the meat of the gameplay. Again, we're going for 30-minute episodes. This tutorial, if I remember, is 10 or 15 minutes. And I might speed through it a little bit, so... That's the voice of your character. Absolutely adorable. Which is... pretty much everything about the 100 Knight, as she calls him, is adorable.
Your name is now 100 Knight. Don't forget it.
Alright. This I thought was funny. This happens several times, and it's an interesting idea that you start off as basically a creature with little to no intelligence, like maybe you're even almost a single-celled organism, and it's just an interesting dynamic that slowly over time you get a little more intelligence. Okay, so the 100 Knight can now defend itself, which is neat.
Good job. We're almost done. By the way,
I do like the voice actress that plays this character. I'm not going to spoil who she is yet, but, well, I mean, I bet you can guess who she's supposed to be. And I just like her voice. She's got that sassiness.
Something's here.
Oh. Would you look at that? It's my boy, the Wizard of Oz. He's like the Wizard of Oz's pet. Little known fact, the Wizard of Oz was a very lonely man. He was a perpetual virgin because he was too afraid to talk to women, so he had a pet lizard, and that's him. Alrighty. This tutorial is very sassy. But I guess it's better than having a bland tutorial. I prefer the sassy tutorial in this case. Alright. Gonna move the camera. Neat. Again, kind of sassy tutorial. I like it though. It makes for something a little interesting, I think. Okay.
Go straight. Keep moving.
Don't tell me what to do. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess you can tell me what to do considering you birthed me with intelligence. You're kind of my god right now, actually.
Oh, that's right. You're unarmed, aren't you? If you're known as a knight, you ought to have a sword at least.
Yeah, that would be nice. I'd like a sword.
Fine. Behold, the dumbass longsword.
Well, I mean, I know starting equipment's not supposed to make you feel good, but damn.
Commonly known as the rubbish sword.
Rubbish sword.
With this amount of rust in use, it makes for a perfect piece of trash.
Man, she's really setting up that you're the most expendable fucking thing in her entire army, whoever she might be. Rubbish sword. I don't know what that symbol is. I guess it's an A. Oh boy, am I gonna level up in intelligence and learn how to fight? Oh. It feels very special. I enjoy that. Alright, so I know how to attack. If you really want to read the tutorials, then the chances are you want to play the game. And I'd recommend you just go out and get it. So, yeah, do that. Combat's a little bit simplistic here. It's kind of just the square button right now. I believe I unlocked the ability to use the triangle button for something later, which is, I prefer to have as many options as possible. Look at this guy running away. No, you don't do that. I could not tell you where the hell we are right now. It's like some sort of lake.
Now left.
Okay, lady, geez, you don't have to stop me every 10 seconds to tell me which direction to go. I know I'm supposed to be a stupid creature, but I don't think I'm that stupid. Maybe I am. I mean, in real life I might be, but I'd like to think that I at least can figure out a pathway in a video game.
Hey, 100 Knight. You need to open the gate first.
Okay, I can do that. I can open the gate. I'm cool, I'm kosher. I'm down with the hip lingo. I mean, kind of. I mean, I'm not hip. I have hips.
There.
I have 2 hips, so maybe that makes me hipper than an old person who only has 1 hip because they lost their hip, because that's what happens to old people. You never thought about that, did you? I don't need feet. This game like implies that I've never played any other video game before. So they teach me that. See, I love little animations like that. They give the character you're playing as, well, character. So I think that's important, especially if you're gonna make a little cute, like, not quite person character.
What sort of face will she make when she hears that I'm all better and I've come to play?
Again, I'm not really sure what's going on here in the tutorial.
What?
And apparently whoever's leading me along is just as confused as I am.
Just a moment.
Okay, so, here's the lizard again. Hey buddy, how you doing? Look at him.
Look at this, 100 Knight. You took
I guess he's kind of like a lizard bird thing. Again, he's the Lizard of Oz. The wizard, I mean, after the wizard eventually hung himself, the lizard was kind of a wayward soul, and that's how he ended up here. That's, I wish the tutorials would stop interrupting me. It's either her or the tutorials. It's neither, like, it's never, you know, something, so, I mean, I'm tripping over my words as usual, but, in this case, let me say that I feel like you could easily, come on, I feel that you could easily have given me all this information without stopping me. Okay, so, apparently, okay, so I beat the enemy. I guess that's great.
Turn back to normal with that antidote. Are you trying to scheme against me?
Again, this is a plot that's going either over my head or it's too underdeveloped to get into my head. I'm not sure which one it is yet. Sometimes Japanese games are far smarter than any American games. Same with TV, you know, anime can be a lot smarter than any American cartoon. But then again, I'd like to think that there's some things Western things do better. Western games and TV shows. I mean, say what you will, we don't have 12-year-olds running around with gigantic boobs. So, not that there's anything wrong with that weird weeaboo fans that are going to be typing angrily that they have a right. I'm just kind of skipping through the dialogue here. I want to make sure we make some progress so that you see more of what the game is about in this first episode. I don't want to still be in the tutorial at minute 30. I feel like that would not be conducive, as the kids call it. What kids? I'm not sure. I don't think kids call it conducive, because most kids these days I don't think are smart enough to know what the word conducive means. Of course, there's some angry parent or older sibling typing that comment right now that says, "Hey, simp, I don't think you can spell douche." And you'd be partially right. But if I can't spell, what does that say about younger people? They probably can't spell either. He kind of runs like Naruto, but like in a cute way, not in a cringy way. It'd be like if cringy kids were adorable, which I've yet to encounter a level of cringe that I found pleasing, even in an ironic sense. Who is Visco? Does Visco use Crisco when working for Nabisco?
What was that?
Oh boy.
He's gonna catch you.
Oh, leave me alone, you titty monger. Again, the Lizard of Oz is a fickle beast. Some have theorized that what led to the Wizard of Oz's ultimate suicide was that he was whispering in the wizard's ear every night. and saying things like, she'll never love you. And that's what eventually led to him hanging himself after downing sleeping pills and blowing his own head off. In that order.
I'll buy you some.
Wow, you could have done that earlier? Thanks. How freaking neato of you.
Hey, old hag! Read me a story.
Cute anime girl, I guess. Hopefully she's not 12, or else I'm now a hypocrite. A girl can be cute without being sexualized. That's the point, I guess. And without it being creepy. Man, I'm digging myself deeper and deeper into a hole. I do not like the girl. I don't. I am not a fan of that young lady body. There are people out there that are. Those people belong in mental hospitals, actually, because a lot of people theorize that stuff like pedophilia is actually a mental disorder. You should look into that. A lot of people agree, a lot of people disagree. It's all about what you think, I guess. I don't have an opinion either way. I'd say that as long as they're not hurting anybody, well, as long as we find a way to stop them from hurting anybody, whatever means to an end, as long as we're not just straight up murdering them. Though, I guess if I were a parent and my kid got, touched by someone older who took advantage of them, I'd probably be pissed. I'd probably want to shoot him in the dick. Or her in the vagina. I'm being inclusive. Women can be predators too. That's inclusive. Okay, so, we're at a village now. There's a village here, inside of this weird ethereal plane. I mean, neat, I guess? Okay, I can, again, I'm looking at the time and we've spent like 15 minutes here already. Not great, so I'm just gonna try to speed through this. I don't want to do anything that we can consider too time consuming because, as you all know, I like to make some progress in games. As for why I'm recording this so late when I recorded so early yesterday, a lot of my roommates just moved in. I had moved in early because I was volunteering up here. My roommates just moved in, so I spent some time getting to know them, and they're all really cool people. So, maybe at some point you'll see them in a video, if they show up in the background or something. It's cool, if they do. I'd like to think they're neat. Okay, so I have to raid this. So basically, I can go into people's houses and beat the crap out of them and steal their stuff. Again, I'm not really playing as the good guy here. Though I would argue that my character is so mentally inept that he's just being used, and he may not even be evil himself. He may not even realize what actually is going on here. Alrighty. I have to raid a few of these houses. Okay. Houses. Which domination? But which domination is which domination? That was a dad joke of the worst caliber. I have a friend who makes dad jokes all the time, and he's kind of rubbing off on me lately. He's the kind of person that you're like, hey, what's up? And he's like, the ceiling. And then you're like, how about your brain matter when I put this gun beneath your chin and fire it? Not theoretically, I wouldn't actually kill you. You're my buddy. But, shut the hell up. Alrighty, so, I do get items for raiding these people's houses, and I do have an option to just talk to them. Maybe I can become friends with some of these people instead of hurting them. I don't see this game having a huge morality system. Maybe it'll surprise me, and if it does, that'd be cool. I'm always up for being surprised in a game. Very few games are able to surprise me, and I assume most gamers anymore, just because a lot of the same concepts are being used, which isn't bad. I mean, there's always genres. There's always been genres. Since even the earliest days of writing and performing, there have been genres. So, it's not something that you can expect to ever really go away. That being said, I'm into innovative type things. I was actually watching an episode of the wonderful YouTube series The Jim Physician today. Or, well, Jim Sterling's channel at the very least. And he played this game by Blue Isle Studios, I believe it's called Valley. and
We shouldn't
it's a
spend
free
way
running
out.
game.
800
And
died the-
if you know anything about Blue Isle, they're the people that made the Slender the Arrival game, which I enjoyed. It wasn't a great game, but it sure had some good looking visuals. But this is their second game, and it's like completely different tone. And I think it's their second game. It's the only other one I've heard of. And I saw that game, and I think I'm gonna pick it up and play it at some point. I think it would be an interesting Let's Play. I think it breaks from the norm. And I like games that break from the norm once in a while. I think that's why Portal ended up so successful, because it was a game that it was just completely unique in concept and execution. It was one of the first games that I ever considered truly a comedy game, at least that I played. Some people might say Tales of Monkey Monkey Island or stuff like that are pretty hilarious, but I have never encountered those games. I'd be open to playing them at some point. I'd like to play Day of the Tentacle, especially. I heard that's one of the best adventure games of all time. Adventure games have changed a lot over the years. Now, what we consider an adventure game is more like a Telltale game. And I'd almost consider that like a choice-driven TV series more than a video game. Adventure games have this way about them. It was all about solving puzzles and stuff. And, recent Telltale games haven't had that aspect to them so much. Not that it's a bad thing. Telltale still knows how to make a hell of a story. Well, most of the time. Not every one's perfect, not every episode's perfect. But they do pretty well. What I think, though, is that we need more old-school type adventure games. And that's where the indie scene comes in. And they are still making games like that. Alrighty. So this is the first proper boss battle. Kind of a pushover. And I also don't have a health bar yet, which I think it means that I can't really die in this part. Well, they're not setting the stage real high here at the beginning, but then again, they're teaching me the mechanics, so... I mean, I saw the art style, and I came into this not expecting something Dark Souls level of difficult, of course. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So the boss is done for, and I believe that concludes the tutorial. The Lizard of Oz is now slain. The Wizard of Oz has been avenged.
Struggled. I figured you wouldn't. Make your escape before it regenerates. Go! Over that way is back. Make it over there, and I'll do something about our friend.
Okay. Man, the Wizard of Oz knows parkour. No wonder he was able to murder the Wizard of Oz. Because, like I said, he hung and fed sleeping pills to the Wizard of Oz. I mean, the official story is suicide, but there's been theories for years that it was actually an inside murder.
Get out of my sight!
Whoa. That's what happens when you use Sandstorm in Pokemon. Oh shit, the Green Fist of Doom.
Come to me,
I didn't know I was working for a Green Lantern up in here. Alrighty. So the Lizard of Oz is apparently out of commission.
Metallia, your master and your contract. I alone control your fate.
Yeah, your name is one letter away from Metallica.
This day on, you shall refer to me as the Great Witch of the Swamp, Master Metallia.
How about I call you Lady that pulled me from the void?
Let's start.
I think that's a good name for you. Metallia is not a very interesting name. It's like I said, it's kind of like, I imagine that whoever came up with the English name was like, hey, I like Metallica, let's just remove the C. I could be wrong. Maybe it's the same in Japanese. Okay, I know how to play video games. That's going to come back to bite me on the ass, of course. Okay, so now we get some story bits.
From our own, there exists a place called Medea.
Medea's like family reunion, or one of those. Like the Tyler Perry Medea? Like, is this just a giant world that exists like in her ass cheek or something? Like, am I on Medea? Is she like the turtle from mythology? The world that's on the turtle's back, except it's on her ass cheek? Her hairy, swampy ass cheek?
This witch conducts strange
Her hairy, swampy, shriveled plastic ass cheek, or I mean, maybe not plastic, rubber ass cheek.
None have seen her.
I've never
and
watched one of
all
those Medea
keep their
movies.
distance.
I bet they're funny, and maybe I should take the time to watch one. But I've never watched one. Don't know why.
The reason for this is because the witch cannot leave her precious swamp.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
The swamp
the
lies
swamp
deep in the forest
is
called the
a
woods,
strangely alluring place.
where the gods'
Just ask
persecution
our boy
took
and
place in days
and dear
long
friend
past.
Shrek. He lives in the swamp and he tells people to get out of it constantly because he wants it
Now,
all to himself.
That land is protected by the peaceful forest witch.
Maybe this is just Japanese Shrek. Maybe that's what I'm about to find
One
out
day,
here.
long
Hot
ago,
anime Japanese
the
Shrek.
animals
I saw the
felt a
witch on the cover and
darkness
she is a
from within
cutie.
the swamp
I'll give her that.
and began to
And she's
scatter.
not 12, which is a plus, considering half the time you're left wondering whether or not finding an anime girl
This
cute makes you a
was
pedophile or
sign
not.
of the grand incident to come.
Not that I've ever been there. Not that I'm. Jesus. I don't like little. As I've said before, I'm not into little girls. But anyway, the mystery chest. I'm just reading now because I don't want to think about the anime girls. You know, one can only get so erect. All right, now loading. I do like the cute little animation that runs across the loading screen. Oh, here we go. Out of the frying pan into the swamp. Because that's where the frying stuff from the frying pan goes.
Hey! Up!
Okay.
Hey! Get up!
Leave me alone. I didn't do nothing. It's not even Halloween. Damn. So there's the witch. We finally get to see her. And I don't think she's 12. So that's good.
Awoken, Sir Hundred Knight?
I sure have, man, with a hunky voice. I want your voice inside of my body.
Let us rejoice.
I mean, you seem cool. Do you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh cards with me, dude?
Or, to be more specific, the very first visitor to our abode.
But you're in your abode, so I guess you're the first visitor to your abode.
My apologies. An introduction is.
Oh my god, guys, it's Al
I am
Pacino.
called Arlet. I serve the swamp.
Man, he is not looking good in this movie.
As her butler and lookout, I am faithful and reliable.
Dumbass!
Man, she really likes the word dumbass.
The name's not Leah.
See, she's a
It's
cutie.
Metallia.
Mm-mm-mm. And by cutie, I mean please don't send me to jail.
How many
or
times
think
do I
I'm a
gotta
creepy.
say it?
Though, I mean, I guess I can't stop you from thinking I'm creepy. I mean, I'm not creepy. I'm not creepy.
Normally, I'd dismantle you, grind you up, and use you as fertilizer for my swamp. But I'm in a good mood today.
I love that the 100 Knights face is just like, what in fucking hell are you talking about, lady?
Pretend I didn't hear that. I'll also pretend like I didn't hear you.
Oh, I have to wonder if he understands English.
I am pleased to know that your ears are healthy and functional.
Man, Al Pacino looks extremely sad. I guess working for
Anyway,
this lady would make
this
anybody
is
sick.
supposed to be the
She's got a whole
legendary
lot of pretty
demon,
and a whole
the
lot of
100
crazy.
Knight.
And that's a Suicide Squad reference if you don't know that. Again, not many critics like the movie. I thought it was cool. So,
Appearance of a burning
fuck that.
phoenix, 13 eyes gazing in all directions, and 4 arms of immense strength.
4 arms. What do you? I'm not fucking Shiva the Destroyer.
Flee in terror as its wings shift the very winds. A voice that causes earthquakes. Spews
Man.
liquid fire from its crotch and mouth.
Oh,
And
believe
100
me,
magical
that's one I
soldiers
do
at its
do.
command. That's what I
I spew tons of liquid from my crotch and mouth, and I would say that it's pretty on fire. From the mouth, it's obviously vomit because I throw up a lot. I just throw up all the time. Like, I'm throwing up right now. I'm just really good at hiding it. And it's not because you're an ugly audience, I promise. You guys are beautiful. From the crotch, it's either pee or semen or some mixture of the two. And sometimes blood. You gotta get a little blood in there. Makes the mixture just right, like some sort of like virgin cocktail. Except you're not a virgin once you're done with it.
So what the hell's this tiny thing? Let legends were way more than an exaggeration.
However,
What the
Great
hell's
Witch
this tiny
Universe
thing?
Witch
I've heard that
Doctor
once or
stated
twice in my life.
Uh-huh. I guess this isn't a mistake then.
This concludes the legendary demon summoning ceremony.
Yeah, thanks, Butler.
It's not over yet, Arlecchino.
Yeah, Al Pacino. It's not over yet.
The final step is to chain its existence to this world.
I like that the 100 Knights face is just like, what the fuck, man? Don't I get a say in this?
Yes. I shall do all in my power.
No need for that. You still got that gum you picked up the other day?
Oh, I do not like where this is going. I'm all into swapping gum with a cute chick, but if it was on the ground first, I'm not okay with it.
Even something disgusting like gum found on the ground has its uses.
Ew. Man, maybe I don't want to. Maybe she's not as well. She's still cute, but I gotta paper bag that shit, or at least like duct tape her mouth shut. I mean, oh wow, that's awkward. I blame the patriarchy.
Perhaps this is taking it a bit far. Piece have already been chewed.
Of course, I would never actually duct tape someone's mouth shut. That'd be rude. And I'm not rude. I'm a nice boy. That's I'm an upstanding
Yep.
citizen.
Dumb as a bag of hammers.
That's how I describe myself on a daily basis. Apparently her calling me stupid made me smarter. Neato! Man, look at me doing that old, that Harlem
Maybe
Shake.
you can't hold a conversation
You know,
with a dam, but at least
like
your
all the
spirit
kids
is
are doing
rising.
these days. Me and Hillary, we use the same, like meme
What,
team
mad or
to
something?
bring us the
Then
memes.
she can't talk, so you have to make your presence known by what you do. Now, if you're mad because I fed you junk, show it through your attitude.
Oh, I will. That was not angry.
I think
She said she met. Oh, cutie. I guess she is the girl from the tutorial then. Maybe a witch beat the shit out of her, so she decided to become a witch, or she turned into a witch. I don't really get it.
Correct.
Thanks, Al Pacino.
no, the contract's
You
been
can
made.
sell my soul. That's cool, man.
I took something
I swear he
important
just
from it
said
before it
fuck you
left
to
that
her.
other world.
Oh, I see.
I would love that if that's exactly what they actually meant to do there. Just fuck you. Again.
Look at that face. You have no idea, do you? Are you curious about what
Was
I
it my
took from-
virginity?
Well, don't worry about
Please
it
tell me
too
it was my
much.
virginity. I have nothing else to live for. Alrighty then. So, whoa, okay. What's that all about? Seems highly unnecessary. Oh, Jesus. She lit my head on fire.
I'm gonna tell you something important. Listen up, Hundred Knight.
This is not good, guys. I'm not
This
sure
is
that
the
there is a button
contract.
to stop, drop, and or
Burning
roll,
flame is fueled
which is
by
not
magic.
good because those are things that are important when your head's on fire.
Without the flame, you won't be able to stay here. But you won't be able to go back home. Ever. As long as that
Metallia's
flame
a
is
piece of
burning, you're free
shit.
to move about as you wish.
A hot piece of shit, but a piece of shit nonetheless.
Just make sure you do everything I want you to do before it burns out. That way,
Okay.
the contract will be fulfilled and you can go home.
So basically, you're telling me eventually the flame's gonna go out and I'm
I'll
just
need
gonna
some
fucking
proof.
die. Thanks. You're a fair leader, you know that? This is something else, you know? I almost missed the days when the Lizard of Oz was the only threat to me. But now I've got this crazy redheaded woman, and it's always the redheads. Let's be honest, it's always the cute redheaded girls. You're like, maybe they won't be alright, and then they fucking chain you to a bed
Look, Hundred
and
Knights,
pierce your penis when
look
you're
upon my
helpless.
uninspiring swamp.
Uh,
Lovely scent of swamp
man, it's pretty
muck in
green.
the morning. Treasure trove
Man,
of mold with the
this
raunchy
chick
odor
is
of
a
100-year-old
little bit not
rotting
right in the
and
head,
this
I'd have to
perfect
say.
Suffocating humidity. It's so nice.
You know what they say about the crazies ones,
Getting
though?
a whiff of this
I sure
energizes me
don't, but I'm
head
sure
to
someone
toe.
does.
I wish to drown
I'm
the
just
world in such
innocent
swampy
boy.
glory. I wish to
innocent
drown
21-year-old
this
man boy.
once to
Did you understand all of that? This type of swamp kills all manner of living
So,
things.
am I not a living thing then? Is she a corpse? Should I be worried that
That link
she's a corpse?
You think?
And that I think she's cute? Is it weird to think a corpse is cute? Well,
Alright,
it's undoubtedly
Knight.
weird.
Now that you know
Boy,
how great my
oh,
swamp
this has
is,
been an
let's
episode
start your
of the darker part of Semp coming forth,
100 Knights.
hasn't it?
Your task is
Allow me to intercede.
Pillars are what I call my dick.
Destroying them.
Man,
doesn't sound too
we're going for that top
ambitious.
tier humor there.
Yours-
If you fail,
You know,
You'll
like dick
find
jokes.
the pillar Anyway,
Always a crowd pleaser.
as you
If the
command.
crowd's 8
Metallia.
and a half. See, I think 8's just a little too young, and at 9 it just starts to get a little trite. I think 8 and a half is like the sweet spot for dick jokes, but not the sweet spot for dicks. Do not put your dick in an 8.5-year-old. That's not cool. Alrighty.
Act 1, Chapter 1. The Witch and Her Nemesis.
Somehow we've managed to make it into a 36-minute video where I'm only
Allow me to
now
explain further.
reaching Act 1, Chapter 1.
Master
Looks like we're in for a ride, my friends.
And also, because she is lazy, she loves her swamp so much.
Al Pacino knows
Due
what's
to
up.
this, she's not very
Me and him are
knowledgeable
bros
about
now.
It is merely a local area map, but the pillar is listed on it. I believe it.
Cool. So I got
To
some
recap,
stuff.
Find the pillar, called the Pillar of Temperance.
It'd be
in the
he just
forest.
unzips his pants, find the pillar, and the 100 Knights just like he doesn't like. Well, I guess he really wouldn't know better, would he? Man, this got dark quick. Okay. I already know how that works. If you want to pause it and look at this stuff, you can pause it. Anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. At least we got through that first boss fight, and now we're here in the main game. So I'm going to pick up with this next time, and we're going to see what the game's actually all about now. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Sorry that the tutorial was a little long. There's nothing we could do about it, and it did feature some important-ish story bits, I guess. I mean, I don't know if they're important. For all I know, this is the last we'll ever hear of any of that. But I wanted to make sure you had the full experience. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you want to see more videos like this one, leave me a like, comment, and subscribe. And just tell me what your thoughts are. Tell me about your favorite action RPGs. I want to hear about that especially. Also, I plan to do some shorter videos with Rainbow Six Siege, where I'm going to tell interesting stories from my life. So be looking forward to that. I don't have a release date on those. I don't plan to schedule them. They're just something I plan to work on the side, and whenever they're ready, I'll put them up. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I am playing this. It's a very, it's a game that has a lot of personality, and I think that goes a long way. So, yeah, guys, I guess it's on to the next one.